In this video, we're going to talk about my numbers. My May was absolutely off the charts. We're going to talk about my one stock $1,000 challenge. I do this every 5 days. I'm going to show you how my past 5 weeks has worked out. Unbelievable numbers. And hey, look, I got a treat for you. We're going to do a JP Morgan trade where the stock has rocketed past my strike price, but I'm not going to buy it back and roll it forward. I'm going to share with you why, and I think you're going to like it. Stick around. I know you're going to like this one. Hey, welcome back, everyone. It is time for another red hot covered call video. Well, hey, look, we got a lot of things to talk about this week. We're going to talk about my 1 week, one stock, $1,000 challenge. And I'll tell you what, it's eye-popping when you see the total numbers, 4 weeks closed, and my 5th week, this coming Friday's trade, is already in the money. And if we add that all up, I'll tell you what, it's mind-blowing. I'm going to also show you my website for which you can track the progress of this. Now, I'm also going to show you my May numbers. They absolutely broke every record. And I'll tell you, man, I am on pace to beating my $55,000 mark this year. Unbelievable that the stock market could be down some 35% at its lows. And here I am, up 16.4%. It's not about that headline number. It's about these numbers. Every single year having consistent returns. We sell premium, right? Covered calls. We sell cash secured puts. Consistent returns. That's what we want in retirement. That's what excites me. And I can tell it excites you as well because I'm getting so many emails, so many YouTube views, and so many new subscribers. So we're talking about what is exciting people right now, and that excites me, jacks me up to get behind the mic to do another red hot covered call video. And here we are. Now, with that said, I'm also going to show you a trade where I'm not going to buy back an option. Remember last week's video where I talked about writing a covered call? Then the stock went above my strike price and I rolled that option. I bought it back and I rolled it for a credit. I showed you exactly how to do that. That was a great video. And to be honest with you, I watched it twice myself. And that video is very helpful for those that are buying stocks lower right now and the stock market's rocketing higher off of its bottoms, right? It seems like every day we get a bit of news that either sells off the stock market or rallies it higher. We find ourselves being caught because we buy that stock. We get that low entry purchase. We're feeling good. We write that out of the money strike, man. We make a little bit of money. And then the stock rockets higher and we feel like we're left holding the bag, missing all that profit. So learning how to roll for more credits is very important. For me, that's very, very important. Hell, they've written books on exit strategies and how to manage trades. That's exactly what we did last week. Now, what we're going to talk about this week is why I wouldn't roll for a credit. I'm going to show you a trade I made just this week, and the stock has rocketed higher. And I'll tell you what, I'm not buying it back. We're going to talk about it, so maybe you learn something. So look, let's go ahead and get to this. If you've never been to my channel and you like what you're hearing, I want you to subscribe to the channel. It's right there, and it's free. And hey, look, if you like this video today, bang that like button. It lets me know you like what I'm doing. Now, what we're doing is I'm showing you my numbers so I motivate and inspire. You know, if you've been a part of my channel over the past 4 years, you know that I show you these numbers to motivate you. So many people email me saying, I love your videos, but I want to see the numbers, man. I want to see how much I can make. So what I started doing over the years is just showing you my P&L spreadsheet. I keep records of every trade I make, whether it's a covered call or a cash secured put. I keep the numbers in front of me. I love using spreadsheets to do this. I offer this very spreadsheet on my website, ctpdashboard.com. I don't charge you nothing. Go there, download it, use it for all of your trades. You want to keep those numbers in front of you. And look, I even have how to use videos. These are homegrown spreadsheets that I created over the past 4 years to help me up my game. And what I found is thousands of people around the world use my spreadsheets. They're free, they're helpful, they keep the numbers in front of you, and that's how you're going to be a better trader. You're going to be a better trader when you treat this like a business. Talked about that many many times. Keep the numbers in front of you so you know when you're profitable on a trade. Now look, before I show you the main numbers, look at that headline number. We are literally one trade away from $200,000. Blows my mind that 4 years ago, August of 2016, when I started doing this full bore, when I would use 2 and 3 stocks, doing multiple trades per month, having success 4 years later. If you would have told me 4 years ago that you would have almost $200,000 in the bag, that blows my mind. That is like $50,000 a year in retirement. I'll tell you, retirees around the world use the covered call strategy to generate that added income in retirement. And I'll tell you, it is exciting because I've found something in the stock market that I'm successful at. So to be standing here 4 years later with this kind of success blows my mind, and I am the biggest advocate for selling premium. Remember, we sell, sell, sell. I love selling the risk. Now, with that said, I already showed you that we're at $36,000 for the year, man. Almost getting to that $55,000 number, man. If the markets trade sideways to higher this year, I will love it. I will keep doing what I'm doing. Now, here's those May numbers. It's off the charts that in May, during a pandemic and all the things that are happening, the stock market keeps going higher. And we're able to buy great companies, man. We don't have to overreach, find some small cap stock that has one product and we don't know a company's profits or financials, right? It's very sketchy. We don't have to do that to create great returns. We could buy companies like 3M and JP Morgan and Microsoft, and we can generate great income. And that's what excites me about this. We don't have to overreach. Now, with that said, making $15,000 in a month. This is an experiment in retirement. I've told you for years, if I were in retirement, could I use my skill, my laptop, to generate income in retirement? And we can, I'll tell you, man, I'm absolutely convinced. May was a blowout number, 15,000. And I'll tell you, we did everything from writing covered calls on great S&P type companies for 30 days. We did the weekly covered calls with UPRO. We even did a couple cash secure puts. Man, we did option buybacks. We rolled higher for more credits. Look, this can be as dynamic of a strategy as you want. Most people will set a trade and forget it and come back 30 days later. But if you're like me and you want a little more action, we can have that as well. Now, I know I'm getting long on the video. We have a great trade with JP Morgan here, so I want you to hang with me, all right? But in the comments below, in the pinned comment below, I have a web link for which you could see my one stock, 1 week, $1,000 challenge where I'm using UPRO. That's the stock I picked, UPRO, and we're going to ride the stock market higher with a directional trade. As I told you some 4 weeks ago, I was going to use a directional move in the stock market. And to be honest with you, it's very similar to what Chuck Hughes did back in 2008, 2009 when he used TNA. I've talked about that many times where back then he took his entire portfolio and man, he was generating hundreds of thousands of dollars playing the directional move in the stock market coming off those lows of the real estate crash. And to be honest with you, that impressed me such that I always had that idea. And those videos inspired me to use the 3x leveraged ETF. Now, we've talked about this. You need to know and understand leveraged ETFs. You don't just go out and buy them and hold them for life. You need to really understand them. Now, if you do understand them, then you can use them for some great premiums. Now, with that said, I've not only exceeded $1,000 a week, I'm damn near on $2,000 a week. And I didn't even anticipate that happening because what I've been doing is buying UPRO. And this market keeps going higher. I've been writing those little 1 deviation, 2 deviation out of the money strikes, picking up stock appreciation plus the fat premium for 5 days. I mean, where are you getting $1.30, $1.40 for a 5-day trade? You're only going to get that with a leveraged ETF. And that's why these are risky. They're very risky. You need to understand because remember, in the very first week, I bought UPRO at $38.50, and it wasn't but 2 days in. It was trading at $33, and I felt like I was getting kicked in the ribs. Now, of course, it rallied higher, and I understand that. I've been trading ETFs for years. I love them. So I used that opportunity to buy that option back, and I wrote another covered call. See, I'm going to use this dynamically. Now, over the past couple weeks, I have been buying the stock, writing the one deviation out, collecting over $1.30, $1.40. And to be honest with you, the stock is going higher. Now, I do not buy these back. I do not want to take a loss. What I do is this. I'll end up buying another set of shares, or I'll take the money of an equivalent amount of shares and maybe write a cash secure put, right? I'm selling premium. That's the idea here. And as you could see, last week I did do a cash secure put. There was a reason behind that. Now this week I ended up buying 1,000 shares and I wrote that one deviation out. Man, UPRO is already touching 50. Those shares are going to be gone and we're going to look to do it next week. Right now, if my shares are taken away on June 12th, that's this coming Friday, this strategy has been returning damn near $9,000. I posted up the spreadsheet on my CTP dashboard Facebook page. You can go there, check it out. I think it's $8,600 in 5 Fridays. Okay? Again, if this Friday, June 12th, my shares are taken away, damn near $8,600 in 5 weeks. Unbelievable returns. You get your financial education, you get your experience. I tell you, you can do this as well. I call it my cash printing machine. Now, recently I had somebody tell me that I do worthless videos so I can actually shill a stock signal selling service. So this does not surprise me. People want to hear what they want to hear, but they don't actually hear nothing. See, I don't sell a stock shilling service. I don't have 3 trading patterns, get rich quick. I don't do any of that. I never have, never will. What we do here is I show you my trades, we talk about it, so maybe you learn something. I advocate you to get your financial education, get your experience so you can have your success. Now, I do have a premium service, and that's 4 years in the making. Now, you either want to be a part of that or you don't. Here's the point. I bring you timely and relevant covered call trades. I try to let you see the world through my eyes. To say I have a stock signal service and I'm just creating worthless videos, to be honest with you, you're just not listening. And if you really think my videos are worthless, again, go on YouTube, find that great covered call YouTuber that tries to motivate, inspire, encourage you to have success. That's what we do here. I try to motivate and inspire you. And if you don't know that by now, then you're just not listening. Because what I'll tell you is this, and I've said this in the past, I try to create videos that I would watch because I'm out there just like you, searching for that next great covered call video, man. I always want to up my game. Yeah, I have hundreds and hundreds of trades, but at the end of the day, I'm always interested in upping my game. So I try to bring you topics and energy and excitement that will up your game because it's videos I would want to watch. Okay, rant over. Let's talk about the star of the show. It is JP Morgan in the trade that I just did. Now, I got to give you a little setup on this trade, okay? I bought JP Morgan back here when the stocks were rallying. And I'll tell you what, I bought into it. All the financials were rallying higher. Word had come out that they were going to make it through this oil crash. Remember the oil crash that happened just a month ago? A lot of these financials are leveraged to oil debt. Now, I don't know if JP Morgan is, but JP Morgan fell like the rest of them. And one that I watch is Goldman Sachs. Well, as I was watching Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan hit my radar. And JP Morgan, with an all-time high of earlier this year of about 150, it's trading in the 90s. And I'm thinking to myself, this is just a great company, pays a great dividend. I'm going to go ahead and buy this stock at a low entry purchase. I 100% feel that it's going to come out of this and it might even go to 150. But for me, it's all about that 30-day trade. If it goes to 150, that's fine. I probably made my money because I'm going to buy the stock and we're going to write that 30-day covered call. And if the stock gets taken, we move on. We make max profit. That's what we always talk about. I do not look back. Well, what I did was this. As JP Morgan is headed towards 100, I bought the stock at about 94x and I wrote that 100 covered call. And sure enough, it rallied higher. I thought my shares were going to be taken away, but because I gave it a 30-day window, well, JP Morgan just fell off with the rest of the market. I ended up buying that option back, pocketing the difference. That's what I love about covered call writing. If the stock falls and say I collect $3, $4, $5 on a trade and I buy that option back for pennies on the dollar, man, I feel like I'm printing money. Yeah, the stock is falling, but again, I'm going to own the stock. So those little crumbs that I pick up here and there, man, that just adds value to what I'm doing. Well, sure enough, JP Morgan catches a little bit of wind here as the rest of the market is going higher. And sure enough, just this past week, I decided to write a covered call. And I wrote a 96 strike. Now the stock's trading for about 94x. My cost basis is about 91 because of that covered call I wrote and bought back. So I have no problems if my shares are taken away at $96. And they paid me $3.46. So what do I get paid for this trade? I get paid about $99.46. This is a 5.4% 30-day trade, and I'm absolutely loving it. It fits my wheelhouse for a great 30-day trade. Well, look what happens. JP Morgan with the rest of the market spikes higher. And here's the deal. It is rocketing higher now. It is $111. And I've been asked many times, am I going to buy this option back? Well, unlike the 3M option, this option I'm not buying back. And I'll tell you why. This is the very important part you need to understand. I do not make any more money than $96. Yes, I got paid $3.46, and if I were to buy this option back, I would minus out the $3.46, and my true cost basis to this trade is what's left over. Now, if we look at the current option that I got paid $3.46 for, you can see right now, if we take the mid, this thing is trading for about $16.40, okay? So I got paid $3.46. Minus that out, this current option would cost me about $13 to buy back. That is $13 I'm adding to my cost basis because I don't make any more than 96. So I'm adding $13 to my cost basis. Now somebody will say, John, but you now have no obligations for a stock that's trading at $112. Man, that seems like a deal to me. Here is the problem. And I had this happen to me probably 3.5 years ago with Eli Lilly. If you remember the story, I bought Eli Lilly at about $83 and I wrote the 87 covered call, got paid like $3. Then I'm watching Kramer. He's talking about a new drug. The stock's going to 100 and Eli Lilly is rocketing off the table. I think the stock is now trading at above 90. Now, I didn't have my experience. I didn't have the knowledge and understanding that if I bought the option back, which was trading for like $9, man, there was so much time value that was jacked up in that option because now Eli Lilly's rocketing higher, right? Everybody thinks it's going to 100. I bought the option back, absorbing all of that cost basis. And now I'm sitting there holding the stock. And I'm thinking, yeah, it's going to 100 and I'm going to make all that money. Next couple days, Eli Lilly tanks because that very drug had some issues. And now Eli Lilly's trading in the 70s. And I'll tell you what, that was the day. That was the lightning bolt moment for me. That when we add cost basis to a trade, man, we have to take action. And this is a golden rule for me. If I buy back an option, adding to my cost basis, I do one of two things. I immediately sell the shares, right? I'm going to buy the option back, adding to my cost basis, but then I immediately sell the shares so I get that money back. I don't make any more than my strike price, but the trade is done. Or if the numbers work out, if I go to my roll-up calculator, which you can download on my website, and plug in the numbers and the trade makes sense, I'll immediately buy back the option and roll for the next credit. Have a plan, execute the plan. So the point here is with the 3M trade, when I plugged it into my calculator, the numbers made sense. And because 3M was still relatively cheap, where I believe the stock should be trading, I bought it back, added to my cost basis, and I rolled it forward. And sure enough, 3M is now way above the strike price I selected. We're going to let that one go to expiration as well. But in the case of this JP Morgan trade, there's just too much money adding to the cost basis. But here's my fear. Remember when I bought the stock, wrote the covered call, and this thing fell again and I bought that option back? It fell some 10 points. So for me, my fear is we've had this phenomenal rally in the stock. I buy the option back, adding $13 to my cost basis. This thing could retrace right back down adding all that to my cost basis, and now I am truly left holding the bag. So what am I going to do? I'm going to let this trade go to expiration. It's June 29th. They're going to pay me $96. I collected $3.46. This trade, I made about $99.46. We are going to bag that as a max profit, and we are going to move on. Now, I'm going to leave it there for this week's video. Sometimes we just don't want to roll our options. I mean, I have been burnt many, many times adding all that cost basis, thinking the stock's going to go higher. Next thing you know, the stock falls and I'm left holding the bag. I'll never forget that Eli Lilly trade. That was the moment that I decided I would never add that much cost basis to a trade. I would let it go to max profit, and we move on. Hey, look, most people have actually left the video. And for you that have stuck around and you're interested in the premium upgraded CTP dashboard, here's the deal. I want you to put in the comments whatever motivates. And what we're going to do is this. I'm going to take all of those that put in the comments whatever motivates. I'm going to put your name in a hat. We are going to give a 1 free month membership. I'll tell you what, the upgraded CTP dashboard is a research tool. It's loaded with the best stocks trading now. It gives you that great starting point to find your next covered call stock. And I'll tell you, you keep the numbers in front of you. You're able to input all the data and it saves so you can come back and continue your research. All the jump links are there. They're right there. You want a dividend date? You click the jump link. You want to see how the stock's trending? You click that jump link. It's all there. I've created a dashboard that helps me, and that's what I offer to you. And I'll tell you what, it ups my game every single month, because not only do we have the CTP dashboard stocks, we have dividend stocks, we have ETFs, we have closed-end funds for all those monthly income seekers. Now look, go ahead down below, whatever motivates. I'm going to go ahead and announce that probably within the next few days. Make sure you check your YouTube comments. Remember when I gave away a subscription about a month ago? Well, that person never replied. So what I want you to do is, if you're going to go ahead and put whatever motivates in the comments, check back, because I will follow through and give somebody 1 free month. If you like what you heard today, I want you to subscribe to the channel. It's right there and it's free. And hey, look, bang that like button. It lets me know you like what I'm doing. And hey, what we're doing is we're over on Facebook. We are talking. We have a like-minded community. And I'll tell you what, it's a great place to have a lot of your questions answered. Look, if I don't get to your questions, somebody else will. It's a great place. It's our off YouTube discussion. Go to Facebook, search CTP Dashboard, follow that page. Hey, look, be safe, be healthy. Most important, be lucky. Until next time, may all your covered calls be profitable.